Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening to everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Wind Down Fridays with Give a Sister a Hug. I'm your girl, Author Erica. I have my co-host, Author Kim, on with us today, and we're on this journey of feminine expression. And this week we're gonna continue with energy, and we have our sister still in the house with us on this.
Yes, Miss Yhanna. So,
Yes. So
yes.
we rolling this week. This week is we're gonna continue on the energy, the women energy. So the women's energy. So we're gonna let our sister take the flow here. Thanks again for taking time out your busy day just to be here with us.
And the fact that you guys keep asking me to come back means that maybe I'm doing something a little right. So
And you are, yes, yes.
I appreciate you guys for letting me share this platform with you guys as we are celebrating Feminist Expression Month, around love, sex, and intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we started off the series just kind of with some introduction, some foundational stuff, learning about who I was, what it is that I do, and hearing my story, right?
Right.
And then last week, we really started talking about energy centers and what happens in our bodies when we hold on to negative energy, past pains and hurts that can keep us from owning our own pleasure. So I introduced to you guys the energy centers that's in our bodies, and there's 7 major energy centers. We have many of them, but there's 7 of them. And what I did was I just kind of gave you a taste of some of the practices that I share with the women that come into my workshop. And so 2 of the energy centers that we focused on last week was the heart and was our vagina, which is also our yonis, right? And in the meditation practice, it was about really hearing what these energy centers stand for and what happens in our bodies when there's a block, when there's a barrier, when there's an energetic disconnect. And so the thing about these practices is that before we can start owning our pleasure and asking for what we want, it's really, really important to really listen to ourselves intimately. Into me, I see intimacy practices, really taking an opportunity to really listen to ourselves in any good communication, right? Whether it be with a partner, whether it be with your children, co-workers, parents, whatever. There's a difference between hearing and listening. We can hear all day. We hear noise. We hear people, yeah, all day long. But to really intently take the opportunity to stop and listen to ourselves, to go deep within ourselves, to see what is it that our energy centers are trying to say to us. What's important about these energy centers is that they drive us. It's the driving force, right? When they are flowing, right, when the energy is there, when it's good, we just feel good. Yes. But if one of those energy centers is blocked, right, we feel off. We feel we don't feel balanced. We don't feel grounded. We just kind of feel like shit. And depending on what energy center is blocked and what's really happening, it can really guide us to doing some very subconscious, moving in really some subconscious behaviors, right? And so what we want to do is we don't want past pains to dictate us. We don't want those limiting beliefs that we started talking about around our sexuality and pleasures. We don't want it to control us anymore. We want to come into a place where we're owning our pleasure, asking for what we want and knowing what it is that we want. And see, sometimes a lot of us are walking wounded. I said that last week. Sometimes we're not even aware. Sometimes our bodies may remember things that we may have mentally forgot about. We've just kind of moved through life, or it could have been just so traumatic or whatever, but our bodies will remember, right? And it shows up. It shows up when we when we're closed off and we're putting up walls and barriers in the way we act, in the way we move, the way we dress, the way we do things, right? And so the thing is, again, is about coming intimately into me, I see, seeing about what's going on in our energy centers, because in our energy centers, there's a story to be told. It's trying to tell us something. And before we can become confident, connected, and in control, let me intimately go into myself to see, are there some limitations? Are there some blocks? And then if so, get that shit up out of me.
Yes,
How
right.
can I move it, so I can live my authentic, pleasurable self inside the bedroom and outside the bedroom? Does all of that make sense?
Yes,
that makes
ma'am.
sense.
Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of recap that with the audience so they can see, okay, so where is she going with this? What is the purpose of all of this? These are practices that I teach women in my workshops and when I do one-on-one coaching, and even with couples, that are having difficulties intimately with themselves or connecting with other people or still living around body shame. Remember my story, my background was sexual abuse, right? And abuse as a very young age. And I really saw how it limited me, not only in my pleasurable life, but in my married life. And also how I see how my limited mindset was moving into my children in unhealthy manners, ways that I was talking to them and teaching them and projecting my fears and thoughts. I really thought as a mom I was doing the right thing, but then I really saw now, no, it was quite unhealthy, And we also talked about our babies. We also talked about we want to start guiding and teaching our babies in a healthy manner so we don't continue with this generational hurt, right?
Right.
That outside influences have projected onto us. I talked about moving from an outside in mindset to an inside out, intimately into me, I see. And so, like I said, so we talked about the yoni, the vagina last week. We talked about that being our pleasurable center, our creative center.
Right.
We talked about the heart where compassion and love lives. And we talked about that. And when those places are open, then, when my yoni is open and when my heart is open, I'm in this place that now my panties can turn into a slip and slide. I'm into this place now where I can really intimately, I can feel confident. I can feel sexy. I can feel in control. I'm in this place and I'm listening to what is it that I really need so I can keep this feel good feeling lasting. We
Right.
talked about, and before we go on, because we have another practice that we're going to do tonight. But we also talked about how the energy centers, I gave the analogy of like a river, right? And what happens to the flow of the stream. But then when we throw garbage into that stream, the flow can't really, right?
Right.
Can't really move. It's all broken and stagnant, and you see places where the garbage builds up more over here and the water is higher or low. It's just it's all out of whack. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is with our energy centers. We want the energy to be able to flow freely within the 7 energy centers to again bring us in this place of balance, homeostasis, in this place where we're more in control, because it just feels so goddamn good.
It does.
It really does.
It
It really
really
does.
does.
I'm telling you, what happens is that when we're free of past pains and limitations, we can start pleasuring ourselves in a way that, you really don't have to try so hard. You can self-pleasure and oh my God, the orgasm is so different.
It is.
It's
You can
beautiful.
start asking your partner things that you want in life without fear of like rejection or what are they going to say or judge me. You're just in this place where you're just confident, right? Right. So I just wanted to recap and just tell you why I'm so excited about sharing this platform of feminist expression around love, sex, and intimacy, because it's the building blocks um, of being the change agent. It's the building blocks of owning our pleasure. It's the building blocks of walking into our empowerment as women, because no longer are y'all come on now, we cannot continue to live and walk wounded. We can't,
Yes.
just
Right.
can't. Why?
Yes.
Why? Because we only got one goddamn life to
Like,
live.
yes.
You're going to continue to move through life lying and faking and pretending,
Right.
limiting yourself. Why? For the sake of them? Fuck them. For the sake
Hell
of
with
what they
them.
think of you? Fuck them.
Yeah.
When will you and your voice and your thoughts and your opinion count? Right? You got to put yourself first. And that's not being selfish, it's being
Selfless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So last week I showed you all a practice and you guys gave the feedback of feeling relaxed and connected. I was a little concerned about Kim because she kept saying, ooh, some particular stuff. And she was, actually fairly excited about that. And so I want to teach you another meditation that I call Quickie. It's a quickie. And it's another practice. So all of these practices that we're doing is kind of building on each other. So this is another one. When we talk about moving energy, we're talking about sexual energy, life force energy that lives within us. Remember, we recapping just a little bit more. We talked about the energies that we learn about in school, right? That when you plug in the thing and it lights up and ooh, we got it heats up our house and it provides the and make us put on our makeup and look cute. But what about our own life force energy that lives within us? How do we move that energy? And so when we're able to connect our meditative breath to the life force energy that already lies within us, is so powerful and magical. It aids in the flow of that energy to remove all of that constricted and limited past pains and hurts that block us. And then it allows for freer movement so that we can start owning our pleasure. So what I'm going to show you today, we talked about subtle energy last week, where we did some breathing, and we exhaled and we focused on this, and that was nice and it was relaxing. This one is a little bit more powerful. This one is a little bit more direct in that energy. We talked about direct and flow energy, the masculine and feminine energy. We're going to work a little bit more with direct and masculine energy, learning how to ask for what we want in a very powerful and direct way. And I have to just prepare you guys, you might feel silly, and the sillier you feel, that means you really need this, right? That means there's a place and space inside of you that's saying, there's something wrong or kind of crazy or weird about this. And we're trying to normalize the conversation around sexuality. We're trying to say there is nothing shameful or wrong. Erica, you share with me about conversations that you've had with family, and we don't necessarily really
Talk about that. Yeah.
right? And that maybe that's how it was for them, but for our culture, for Generation Z, for the millenniums, for Generation X, my generation, we not about that limitation no more. And we can't say,
breaking those barriers.
yeah, girl, absolutely, we're tearing it down, And so this next practice that I'm going to teach you is really about moving aroused energy. Really how to come from a place where that energy that flows very subtle within us. Now, how can we start moving it just a little bit more? Right?
Right.
So what we're going to do in a minute is the practice is right around, it's in support of another energy center that I'm introducing, which is the throat.
Okay.
It's the throat energy center, the throat chakra energy center, which is more so about speaking our voice, speaking our truth, asking for what we want, and then being able to listen to ourselves first and foremost, and then being able to listen to somebody else. But when there's an energetic constraint, we have a really hard time asking for what it is that we want. We just kind of let people dictate things for us. And deep down, we're suffering in silence saying, damn, why didn't I say this? Right?
Yeah.
Damn, I should have said, don't we replay that incident or that?
All the time. Yep, we do.
Yeah, that's because there's some kind of block there. There's some kind of energetic block there. So I'm going to teach you a practice. I like to call it a quickie because it doesn't take long, just a couple of minutes. And it's the yes meditation, right? The yes factor. right? And so what I want you all to do, are you guys ready to model this for our audience?
I already have my eyes closed already.
I told you all, now prepare the people in your household so they don't come in and say, what the hell is going on up in here? And where the party at? Ain't nobody tell me that we doing it up in here like this. So
Right.
you want your people, right? You told them.
Yes.
I like a Kim like, yes, and yes, because I'm so ready.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So let me just guide you through a sample of the yes meditation. So what I want you all to do is close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. And I want you to exhale out of your mouth nice and slow, like you're blowing through a straw. Again, breathing in, doing this at your own pace, your own depth, your own rhythm. And as you exhale, just allow, the day to just kind of melt off of you. And now breathe in. And then exhale one more time. Now on your next inhalation, when you exhale, I want you to exhale with the open your mouth and just exhale with a Okay, that was okay, but let's do it again. Okay, just breathe in, right? And then exhale, let me hear you with the, let's go with the, beautiful, yes. Let's do that a couple more times just to get comfortable. Breathe in. Now exhale with the, two more times, breathe in. A little bit louder with the, again, breathe in. A little bit faster now. Nice deep breath in. Louder, let me hear you. Again. Now this time I want you to go, breathe in, breathe in, exhale with the, yes, louder, let me hear you, go with me, faster, Erica,
Oh, that is
faster, Erica, your breaths are not as deep, Erica, so you're going with the, with me, Erica, good, I can't hear you, Erica, come on, Kim, let's show her, Erica, your breaths are too deep now, a little bit more shallow, now go, yes, come on, yes, Erica, yes.
You can do it, Erica.
Yes. Say yes to pleasure. Yes to purpose. Yes to what you want. Yes to your identity. Yes to whatever it is that you need in your life. Say yes.
Yes.
I want you to drop out and just keep breathing. I'm about to work with Erica for a minute.
Okay.
Erica. Okay. So again, keep your eyes closed, right? Okay. Just keep deep breathing, Kim. Now, Erica, you and I are going to do this together, okay? Okay, because you're still in that slow mode of real deep breathing. So we started slow, but now we're going to speed it up just a little bit. So I just want you to mimic me, hear what I'm saying, and go, ha, ha, ha. Okay, Erica, ready? Let's go. Ha, 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 ha. Now let me hear you say yes. Yes, join us, Kim. Yes. Louder. Yes. 5 more times. Yes. Louder. Yes. And yes. Now slow down. Yes. Slow. Yes. Slow. Go back to the deep breathing, breathing in through the nose. Exhale nice and slow out of the mouth. Breathing in one more time in through the nose, side of the mouth. With your eyes still closed, just breathe at your own pace, depth and rhythm. And as you breathe in, on your next exhalation, I want you to imagine the air coming down your body like rainwater, just kind of washing over the throat, the heart, the yoni, right? And allowing the air to go all the way back into the earth. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale this last time, allow the air to wash over your energy centers and out into the earth. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your awareness back into this space.
Oh. Oh.
So let's start with Kim. Talk to me.
I'm fine.
How was that? What were your thoughts? Talk to me about that.
I'm warm. I'm tingly. I feel like I'm about to start to sweat. I feel like I didn't release some stuff, and I'm warm.
You're warm. I love it. Thank you, Kim, for sharing.
You're welcome.
Talk to us about it. How was that for you?
That was different for me because I'm not the one that makes the noise, because I guess I'm not comfortable. So that was different. That was something that I opened up to. But I felt more warm down there. And I felt this in the inside open up.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that's different for me.
Yeah.
But it felt good at the same time.
Okay. I love that, because what you're saying, you and Kim are a representation. You're that sample of the reality of women that's out there. There are some women that don't have a problem. Yes, motherfucker. Yes, you better fuck the shit out of me.
Right.
Right. And
then there's
that's
some
what I
women
need.
that are just more quiet, that the expression is very different. And so there's no right, there is no wrong. We come to our sexual pleasure, to our intimacy with our own worldview experience, right? But the challenge is, for those that say, I'm uncomfortable with it, the challenge is learning to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because that's what moves us to the next level. Right? So it's nothing wrong with where you are, but it's also saying that you're able to go here and over there and back here. You're able to move through different dynamics within yourself, and not being in this place of just one space, one place. You know, does that make sense
And I
to you?
think it makes sense, because I think that's why I was just in that one place. Just that little moment made me realize I can do that.
Yes.
And it's okay. So that was different for me.
Yeah.
Which is good.
It's good. I see a change coming.
It definitely takes courage. It really does. And so for you to do that here in front of everybody, you are really speaking to other women, just you sharing this. And thank you for that. You're speaking to the other women who may feel shame around that, who may say, I can't do that. Oh, hell no. My last workshop that I did online, it's been about 3 months now. And I did a very similar practice. And, the women were out there, yes, and yes. And I had one sister like, who knew about all that? She shared with me afterwards, because she just wasn't comfortable speaking in front of the other women, fear of judgment.
Right.
But she sent me a very long message stating, I've never done that before. and I was really uncomfortable. She said, but when I tell you my panties were wet, when I tell you that so much opened up inside of me, she said, I feel like this is the beginning of something new for me, you know? And so that's what this is all about, helping women to become comfortable. So when we talk about owning your pleasure, it's not a gimmick, it's not some, it really is, because I'm speaking to the reality of what we're dealing with in our society, within our culture, within our sex. You
Mm-hmm.
know, asking for what you want, the way you want it, without the story. I think you said it last week, Erica, without the narrative, without still repeating the narrative
Right.
of
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, Kim, you were very vocal, you got right into it. And as comfortable as that seemed and as natural as it appeared to have been for you, most women aren't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to be on a platform with women to say, you know what, I got you, sister. And I know it may seem easy, but I want you to also understand that I can understand why you might feel a little limited. But we're in this together. Because
Absolutely.
whereas Kim, for you, where in one area you may just be as bold and confident, but in some other areas there may be some limitations, you know?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So that's what this is. This is about owning our pleasure inside and outside of the bedroom. Not just about sex, but we are working with sexual energy, the energy that's within us that keeps us connected and grounded and feeling in this place of balance.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that is. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. You
That was
guys are
dope.
awesome.
I mean, I think this part is good. And I mean, more for me, I feel like I just don't do those things because you always looked at, because you're a plus size girl or you're a big girl, you're not supposed to feel that way. You supposed to show your emotions other ways, because men always judge plus size girls or big girls. So it's like some things I'm not gonna express it, but I'm gonna show my emotions. I'm gonna show you that I'm in tune, but as far as making noise, I won't do that. So going that way today really opens up that I can do that and be boisterous about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's almost like you closing your voice down. It's almost like I'm shutting my voice down during the time that I should be, speaking or saying, yes, this how I feel. Yes, this feels good to me. I want it right there. Stay there
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like having that voice and making you feel good, and knowing that it's in here. You
Yeah.
feeling that and you feeling
Yeah.
it down. Like it just like it's all I could get out that comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy because I could get out of comfort zone with people that's around me, like you guys, to say, okay, yeah, Erica, that's how it is. Just say it. Yes, like, having that coach,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that's what it
Yeah.
was. So it makes me feel good to know that I can go there.
Yes, you
Absolutely.
can.
Love that. Thank you for sharing so much of your vulnerable self, because you also speaking to not just a majority of women who suffer in silence, but then you also speaking to our plus size sisters who may feel this very same way, of saying that just because I look this way and society puts on me about certain things I cannot do, what I
Mm-hmm.
should do, how I should, no, debunk all that bullshit. Because I don't care how, from the skinniest to the skinniest to the plus of the plus, we are all beautiful.
Yes.
Energy that saying it starts with the mindset. And it
Mm-hmm.
really is about debunking that limiting belief, because the energy that you put out there can be so sexy. Oh, it can be so sexy. If when you put out that positive, confident energy, saying, I'm just going to brush. This is what I teach my little students, because I also tell you I do I work with students, kids as well. I tell people, we just gonna brush that off. I'm just gonna brush that off. And when we brush off that negativity and walk into our confidence with our head held high and say, yes, yes, yes. I don't teach it like I teach. I don't teach it like I did here. I don't teach it like I do to the kids, but I teach them to say yes, yes, and believing that I am just as good as my counterpart. I'm just as good as anybody else. Who in the hell? Who in the hell are they supposed to be that they are projecting their beliefs and thoughts on me?
Right.
And so absolutely, yeah, and it can be comfortable because we're stuck and limited with this whole ideology of what we should be. You're old enough now, you are wise enough, you have so much wisdom within you to say there is so much more to me in life than what I thought, right? And it starts with saying yes and believe it. And when you do this and when you continue with the practice, this is a 1 to 2 minute, 3 minute practice that if you do this every day, you'll see the shift. You'll shift the energy. You'll start believing like, yes, yes. And yeah, I think my mama can hear me, but you know what? Yes. I think my neighbors can hear me, but you know what? Yes. And then all of a sudden you're going to start noticing your head held a little bit high, and I don't mean just you, I mean anybody, your head a little bit high. The energy is going to look different. And then people gonna want to know, oh, what she got?
Right.
I want to be around her because
Yes.
she's just like, damn, it doesn't even matter that she looks like this or whatever, that look how sexy she is. It ain't about what you're wearing. It's about the confidence that you exude.
Right. And I guess it comes back from when you look at how people think, like your neighbors. This one show, the girl was making a lot of noise and she was just like, and her neighbors was looking at her like, and then she felt uncomfortable. And I guess that's where it comes from, I don't want to make all this noise because I don't want my neighbors to know, fuck, is that good, or I don't want the stigma on me that, or she a hoe, or she this, or she that.
Yeah.
But we have to say, screw that, and yes. I know it was good last night. You mad?
Right.
And seeing again, that also lies within those energy centers that might be limited. All of our energy centers serve a purpose, and they're trying to tell us a story. It's about going intimately within ourselves. So what is it that has limited us? What block is inside of us that we allow people to project themselves onto us where we are hiding in shame and fear?
Right.
And that's what
Judgment.
a lot of the workshops and the coaching that I do is to go deep down inside so we can, go deep. It's only through really deep emotional work that I do with people to really uncover. And once they awaken to what it is that's holding them back, then we connect breath to energy, move it, and now we're shifting. We're shifting the mindset, and now it's about creating a new platform, mindset, beliefs, a new way of walking and talking. When the women are done in my workshop, it's such a major shift. It's almost like, why the fuck was I allowing that to hold me back? Why was I so afraid? Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say that everybody that's coming to workshop with me has been successful. I mean, really, I want to say 90%, right? But the ones that were not successful, it was for a couple of reasons. One, I work with women and couples who are really ready, who are really ready, because some people are not ready for the change. Some people are just uncomfortable with being so vulnerable, exposing and opening up stuff that I didn't even remember was hurting me. Remember?
But a lot of that vulnerability come from people. You be open to be vulnerable, but people judge you. And I guess
Right.
that's why a lot of people just don't feel comfortable being vulnerable at the time, because even in some relationships you don't want to be vulnerable because you
You
don't
don't
know if that
feel
person gonna take your vulnerability and play on you
Play
with
with
it.
it. Yeah.
But that's why we strengthen ourselves and strengthen our, it's almost like putting on a suit of armor.
Okay.
right? That when you walk out with your own tools, your own strength, your own empowerment, that no matter what someone says, just like Superman, you shooting the bullets at him, it's pinging right off of you. I won't even say Superman. What I'm talking about, Wonder Woman.
Right.
Our laxos and
Right. Right.
after a while, once you learn that self-confidence, it's not about what you say and think. You have, because we all, it's opinions are like assholes. We all got one.
Right. Right.
And and it's
Right.
okay. You can think what you want, but that does not necessarily mean that's how I think and how I feel.
Right.
And we can still honor each other without judging each other or
Right.
wronging us for how we believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. This was good. Like, not only for people that, all our sisters that's out there listening, but even for myself, I'm learning a lot as far as me as Erica, just at some point I didn't know what sex what the feeling or what kind of feeling should I feel, can I be vulnerable. So this not only helping others, it's helping me too, because like I experienced stuff that like, well, damn girl, what that was, so I'm excited. I feel good about it. Like, and I hope all of the ladies that's out there watching it really take it and really use these techniques, because they do help.
Yes, do.
You have to be uncomfortable to learn what is normal and not. If you want to keep living a fake life, that's fine. But if you want to live in your truth, like these exercises, these techniques are really worth it.
Yep.
they are. Kim, in what way could you see using this practice, or in what areas do you think that it can look at Kim? you know?
I would say just me being more vocal. I mean, I am loud when I'm doing things. I definitely tell you what the hell I want, when I want it, how I want it. But when it comes to other aspects, I need to be more comfortable within myself. So, because if I talk a little funny, if I say something funny, somebody not looking at you like, so that part. But outside of that, I'm loving all of this. Like, it's got some things going up in here. Like, we're gonna change some things, girl. We're gonna get it together.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Yeah, very good, very good. That's that sexuality, when you go, oh, after a great orgasm, it feels so good.
It does.
You guys know that release of an orgasm. What if you're able, these practices allow you to sustain that orgasmic feeling,
Yes. Like
right?
that.
And we call it, just to go a little bit deeper, sexual enlightenment.
Okay.
Sexual enlightenment. When you can learn to use life force energy, sexual energy for a greater purpose, directing it not just for a quick orgasm, but to be able to redirect that orgasmic energy into your life so you can see pleasure in other areas. Kim, you just hit it by saying, yeah, I'm very vocal. I can ask for what I want when it comes to sex, but what about sustaining that orgasmic energy in other areas of my life? When I go to work, when I'm working with other people, when I'm trying to be creative? What about in my own health? What about when it's all about, trying to be focused in any other area? Some people say, I just got to be more focused on paying my bills. How about learning to redirect sexual energy? And I'm trying to make the connection, redirecting the sexual energy to sustain us for the purpose of just being more focused and intentional about what it is that we want in life. How long are we gonna keep sitting saying, one day I'm gonna do this, and one day we keep telling ourselves that one day we're gonna do this? It's been 3 years, 5 years, and you still saying
Girl,
One
yes.
day
come on now. And then you
have
look
to
at
make that move.
Mm.
how do they do it? How do they do it? You too can be that person,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
if you just tap into your sexual energy, life force energy for sexual enlightenment.
I like that.
And you know what? We're gonna go period poo on that one.
Yes. That's so Mary had a little lamb. Okay.
Yes.
I love it. So when we
So
come
I just
back,
want to say this was a great episode, great show. And ladies, like, we have to tap into those uncomfortable moments that we don't tap into.
yeah,
So I want to thank sister for coming
Uh-oh.
in and just
Mhm.
I don't know about other, but for me, touching something
Mhm.
that I never tapped into.
yeah,
So I thank you so much. Like, this just been, I never tapped into that part of my heart. I never tapped into Erica that deep.
right.
Like, to
Intimacy
know
into
the
me, I
exactly.
see. Yeah.
I
So
like that.
I just want to prepare you guys as well as our audience if they want to join us, that when they get
Okay.
ready to do these practices, because I know, ladies, you guys are going to do these practices, ready to
Mm-hmm.
open up, But what I want you to do is for sure next week, because Kim was ready. Kim was like, look, bring it, right? And then I told my sister, I said, we got to switch it up a little bit. She was like, oh, I was ready. I was ready. So this episode, this next one coming up, right? Be prepared because we
Okay.
are going now we're going to make some connections with all the stuff that we've been talking about all month. Now,
Okay.
this final episode really will be hitting it home. So we will be really taking that arousal energy and even going higher. Ooh.
And
Uh-oh.
that's where we
Oh,
want to
okay.
go. We want to go higher
Okay.
and higher. So I just want to
Okay.
say thanks everyone for tuning in to Wind Down Fridays. I'm your girl, Author Erica. I have my fabulous co-host, Author Kim. And I have my great, great, great sister.
Yhanna, so. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. You guys have a good night. Know that you're not alone. We're here with you. We all gonna get through these ups and downs. And in the end, we all gonna have a story. Have a good evening and take care.
Is bye.